I got enough songs. If I even redo the songs I've written myself, I'll be busy until it's time to start learning my. I'll be hard pressed to record the eight of my songs that I've written and copywritten before I start on my Christmas songs. So do I have time to do that? Brushing up on my. A friend of mine was sent me. He's working on Eric Satie. Uh, I don't know how you pronounce that. A Groner. I need to go online to see how they pronounce it. But this music is very beautiful. I've written several pieces myself though. Like there's one playing in the background. What is this one? Lost for Pain, or it's from Unknown Pianist. This is what's this? Before I was dubbed the Vagabond King on that. No, this was years ago. This one, I think I recorded these, and yeah, I recorded these in 1990, 96, I think. Yeah, 1996 when I was at my first apartment. I recorded these. I had my first software. I even took the demo that came with Logic and I quantized the drums. So I didn't even do my own drum. And some of it I played and kick with my fingers. You can hear it. Mm. Now, yeah, I think I played this with my fingers, but I put in 4-part harmony though. The horns is the most magnificent part of the song. I didn't even put a bass. I did put a simple bass line in here, but I want to change that bass line to a horn or a string. I'm not going to. I'm going to use all symphonic instruments in this one here. It's actually a drum line. I didn't put the drum beat in there. It's supposed to be a drum line here for this. It's supposed to be a drum line song. This is for a marching band. Let me put my everything in place here in case anybody come in the chat room. But it was just a short loop actually. This was my attempt of making a beat, believe it or not. And but I wasn't thinking about the way that everybody else is making beats. They just most of the people that made beats years ago, the first ones were not musicians. They were samplers, DJs. They were DJs putting together some music using recorders. This was even before samplers came out. Matter of fact, the samplers were invented because of people, because of what the DJs were doing, looping. Actually, it was beyond the turntable thing. They were, you got to check out the history yourself. See if you can search the true history and not the things that, not the history that's been exploited. All the hip hop thing had the hip hop. They even tried to turn hip hop into a dirty word. Because people from really, really bad, messed up neighborhoods started singing about their environment and what was going on in their neighborhood. And then when Hollywood got hold to it, and the music industry, after they got rid of Biggie and Tupac and Suge Knight and a bunch of other people, they flipped it and turned it into something ugly. But I say that to say this is the beat that I was trying to make a beat. Actually, I was trying to make a sample beat, a loop, and it came out like this. But like I said, I can see what I was trying to do now. That little drum beat kick that you're listening to here wouldn't be that. It would be a drum line like snare, and it would be actually a drum line. You seen the movie, right? It would be snare, big snare, and toms. like a marching band, very sophisticated drum line, or to be in a genre of those blue people, or stomp, original stomp, all rhythm with horns. It wouldn't be a regular band on stage, and they could be on stage. But you know what's coming down to me performing outdoors on the street. Uh, it's taking a lot out of me to go out there and just being out of shape. So if I go out there now, it won't be to get myself back in shape. It would have, you know, it'd be several different ways for me to go out there, but right now uh, it's not good for me to go out here right now just to go out there to play and whatever money I make, I survive. If I go out, I have to concentrate on trying to make as much money as I can. But if I do go in the subway, I can't be playing a serious loud drum machine in the subway. I've done it in the subway. Just turn the drums way down where you can barely hear them. It's an art to playing in the subway with people coming up out of the top of the escalator. All that should be in the book. But I'm thinking that I need to knock off. I'm finding out that I'm paying a lot of interest on my PayPal for since I moved in here. I've been paying. I think I paid for my first computer maybe twice because I paid overtime. I'm pretty sure I paid all about $4,000 for a $1,900 computer. I'm pretty sure the interest has got me. I got to concentrate on knocking. I need to pay my PayPal's off. I'm gonna be paying $60 for the rest of my life. $60 a month for the rest of my life if I don't pay this off. So I'm trying to figure out a way that I can, you know, when you're playing on the street, it's just not the skill that you have that brings in the money. It's how many people's attention you can snatch. Even people who are not really music lovers, who just like when they hear a beat, they just pat their foot and start dancing. Don't know nothing about music. I ain't mad at them. But if they throw money in there and pay the bill, I'm gonna be happy with them. But I've seen people dance to my music and walk the other way. Wouldn't even put a penny in there, or put a rock in there, a piece of candy. It's nothing. Wouldn't even pay me no mind, but they dance to my music. It's like people that make fun of hip hop or make fun of rappers. You know, they go like they trying to make fun of rappers. It's the same thing. You know, people do that and then don't want nothing to do with the culture. It's like it's like blackface, minstrel. When people made fun of years ago, people put on blackface and they weren't black, but they made fun of these people. They put black on their face and they put white around their lips to make their lips look like they look like black clowns. But they emulated. They were emulating these people who could play this banjo music. It was very complicated music. Matter of fact, when they stole it, they took the music and they called it hillbilly country music. They called it country hillbilly music, but it was banjo. It was black people playing banjos, and it became very complicated. But they made fun of them. And they put blackface. They called it blackface minstrel. And I consider that the same thing as people making fun of other musicians or rappers or hip hoppers or even what is that flamenco, what is that? It's some Mexican music that they wear these big hats and they play mandolin and they make fun of those people too, you know, like the Three Amigos. You know, if you're gonna emulate another culture, at least respect that culture. You know, respect that culture. If you're gonna emulate them, you know, Imitation is supposed to be the highest form of flattery. So if you're going to imitate somebody, you're not going to flip it around. With the minstrel was the opposite. The imitation was to put the people down and make them look like they were ignorant, ugly. I try to make all their features ugly, everything about them ugly. But if I emulate another cultural music, I want to do it in a respectful manner. Like I would love to start learning Latin music and bossa nova, the Afro, African Cuban music, but with respect. And I also like Asian music and Indian music. I like all kinds of music, different cultures. But trying to survive out making money on the street, a whole different animal. You see, I have some other music that I did too. Songs. My songs are way down the bottom. Let's see. Where are they? Artist. Carlton. Here's another one. Let me see what's on this track. I need to look up my own music. And this one's Hope to Stand. Yeah, I need to learn this one over. I got a little bit of this down in Pro Tools. That piano run, everybody say they like that. That's chromatic. That's my intro. But I got enough songs here that I wrote myself to keep myself busy. I'll speed this one up just a little bit though. And my brother wrote some lyrics. He wrote some poems. I used to poems in these songs. This one's Hope to Stand. Hope to stand. After it's all over, all through your trials, everything is. You go through all the hard times. You hope when it's over, you still be standing spiritually and physically and morally. But I'm thinking about asking. I want to get a drum machine to go out and keep people's attention while I'm out there making money, and just it'll be more than just playing music on the street. I'll be out there trying to. I need to pull a paycheck for a minute because I need to pay off that PayPal stuff. But if I get the drum machine, but I already got a keyboard that does all that already. It just doesn't feel that good. The action on it doesn't feel that good, but it's lightweight. It's got the drums in it, and I can split the bass and the treble. I can split the bass and the treble of the yes, bass and the treble. I can split and I can layer the bass and the treble. I can put two basses in the bass and left hand or instrument. There's so many options I can do with that in, and I have the feels and I can control it with a pedal. So I already have the keyboard. I hate to ask anonymous. I got a keyboard here he can use if he wants to, experience another keyboard. I can swap this one. I can get him this four if he can play with that one if he didn't mind it being in the gig bag. But I got to figure out some way to have speakers on there. I got to drop speakers on there too. But I got a little speaker. He can use that speaker. He can use this little one here. And plus, I got a couple of ones back over here behind this chair. Behind the chair over here. But so many options, so many things. I just wanted to make a. I realized I'm paying interest on that PayPal, and that threw a loophole in it. Here's the this wire I was using out there had a short in it, and I'm going to rewrap this. I don't like to want to wrap the keyboard, the wires to do them like this. It's the best way to do it, really. So everything is safer. I wanted to have it. It looks better when it's done like this. That's mine. I need to do this. Need to order some more wires too, more cables. But got a couple of more days for the eagle fly. It's my tape. It's my duck tape. And I'm gonna stop worrying about going live, worrying about these things. You know, this is unscripted. You guys can see I'm talking about it. That's that. All money. All money. That's all we do. All money. And practice. So many things to do. The reason why I wanted to go outside and just play is because I can practice out there and get paid at the same time. If I lose track of what I'm doing out there and get sidetracked and realize that I'm out there and not making money, that would defeat the purpose. If I'm going out there to practice and get paid, that's a whole nother story. I need to concentrate on that. But that takes a lot of discipline. Just go outside and start playing and realize that, and then if you're not getting paid, to stay true to what you are out there for. It's the practice part because it's not. I need to build myself up too. Plus, I wear myself out now. You know, it's a lot of work taking that stuff out there and setting it up. It's a lot of work. It's not an easy thing. It takes a lot out of you. You got to be kind of after 3 months of doing it. After three, if I can do it for 4 weeks regularly, that takes a lot out of you too. Yeah, I can wrap this up like this. I need to get some heavy duty duct tape, some more heavy duty duct tape. I gotta make sure I check my wires and my rig and everything before I go out there too. And I think that Bose, the battery or something is starting to act up. I'm getting a short circuit. That Bose speaker, even when it's plugged in, it's just it cuts off. It's been out there on the road though. You know, that's not really. It's a good instrument, but it's not built to be beat up. You know, you really should baby that instrument when you're taking it out there. You know, they make a battery powered amplifier. It's got to be built to take a lot of bumps. You know, it's got to be built like so you can drop it a couple of times. And I don't think that's made like that. But that's a whole nother story. See, it's a whole lot to this when you consider that you want to go out and make some money and survive and practice and record what you're doing, record your songs, and plus be creative, plus want to be able to write new songs. So look, let me run it down. You got to practice your instrument. You got to practice your craft, which is not only practicing your instrument, learning how. Not unless you got big money where you don't have to learn how to record or anything. You just go in the studio and let the engineer take care of everything. Then again, you want to know a little bit about something, what's going on with the songs that you're recording. You know how it's being recorded. You know the sound that's you just can't go in the studio and not know nothing. Leave it up to the engineer to do everything. That's if you've been into music for a long time, your whole life, and you don't know anything about this or that, you should always be learning. You shouldn't have no excuse. I put it this way: years ago, before Will Smith got on the level where he is now, he was on a set with Whoopi Goldberg, and he was having fun, you know, joking with everybody, telling jokes. And when Whoopi Goldberg took him to the side, I don't know if she took him to the side. She said, "When you can learn how everything works on the set, and all the when you can learn how everything works on the set and learn everybody else's job, engineering, the producer, the director. When you can learn all of those, everybody's job, then you can sit around and act like you ain't got no sense, joke and laugh. But if you don't know what's going on, you sitting around joking and you don't even know what everybody's doing. You might be joking right when things are right doing an important part. I didn't even check this thing and I got these wires wrapped up nice and tight. If it's acting up, I have to unwrap all of this, but I'm pretty sure I got it tight. And this other song here, this one is called Your Grandmother. This is for all indigenous people who didn't even know they were indigenous. They told them they were from another, that they brought them in on a slave ship, and they might have brought them in on a slave ship after they took them somewhere else, took them to somewhere out for the sugar cane, the big sugar cane. Then they brought them back here. They might have took them through the Virgin Islands. They might have even took them through Europe and then brought them back through Africa. So a lot of black people, so-called black people, when they try to look up there, trace their roots, they go back through Europe. Maybe they were there first. Maybe they were in Europe before the Europeans. I know they were indigenous. Maybe they took the land from them. They took England from black people. I don't know. Indians. They called them Indians because he thought he was in India. He thought he went all the way around the world. When he saw the people here, they look like, you go to India, you see dark people. I mean, they got some black people in India. I mean, real black. And they got long hair. They got a straight hair and they look like black. They look like blue black. Here we go. That's ready. I need to check this. You know what to do? I need to redo this one over again. These two here. See, this is how I usually do it. So I don't have to, I just wrap it up like it is. But this one has been acting up. I need to check these. I need to check all my wires, all my cables with the shorts on them. That's ready. All that just to save money, saving, budgeting. Hey, this one's called Your Grandmother. You how people, most of the people that I know that they call black people, they can tell you that their grandmother was Native American, that their grandmother was Cherokee or black. How your grandmother gonna be something, and then all of a sudden your mother not be that no more, and you not be that. It's like a Tiger Woods thing, huh? I ain't mad at him. Yeah, this is your grandmother. I played this for when they had the Native American Museum opened up. It was a bunch of indigenous people going back and forth. When it was closed, it was this big Native American. I mean, this guy was big. I was playing it, and I was using I think I used a drum machine, and I had a module, a Korg module, and I was playing it. I had all this hooked up, and I was playing this, and it was hard. I was in the zone too. It had that little, and guy walked all the way up to me. Like that, like the Hollywood noise that they like. And come to find out that I found out that was a sound of approval. It's like, I guess it evolved down to now. Somebody listen to something and they go, mm, mm, mm. He said they tell me that was a sign of approval. And I know it was like he was giving me the thumbs up. But this is another song here that I wrote. I need to redo over. All that'll take time too. So look, count it off. You got to practice your instrument. So if I'm playing, I play piano. Next to piano is a different animal from piano. Believe me, it's played differently, it sounds differently. And synthesizer, it's a whole different animal. It may be played on the same instrument, just has a synthesizer section. So that's three different instruments, really, right there. Three different styles. Then I have to practice my scales, Beethoven, the European music, the European styles, and so European, German, Italian, Beethoven, Brahms, Bach. Then I got my jazz standards. That's a whole different style right there. That's steady. I still haven't got to my bebop. Now I lost count already. And then you got songs you got to learn on top of that. Not counting your stop, your exercise. Jazz. I got pop songs. And I'm trying to get into this beat making thing. Then I got to learn the instruments. I got this keyboard here. I'm learning how to program it. I haven't even indulged myself into it. I just started. You've seen some of the videos when I'm learning. I'm going through the patterns. And I'm going through the presets here. That's all 16 tracks. That's a whole nother thing too. Plus the recording process, the Pro Tools, Studio One, and the Logic Pro X. That's a whole nother thing. Learning how to record yourself. So when you go to a studio, I'm supposed to be counting this on my fingers. And you want to learn the DAWs, how to record yourself. Then the engineering. Okay, now that's only one thing. That's the things that you can do inside your house. Now you want to go out. You want to go out and perform live on stage. You have to have all this stuff programmed. And I'm just going to play one piano, just solo instrument. That's a whole nother thing right there. The practice right there. You might get in the spot where somebody might want you. You might be in the spot where somebody might want you to play a song and transpose that. That's all you got to practice with. But then you might want to play. I've been buster out on the street. Right now, I just when I go out now, I'm just playing what I play, and whatever happens happens. Uh, that's almost like going backwards, but it could be going forward too if I'm just going out there for my own purposes, trying to meditate and concentrate myself into just practicing outside. That's a whole nother animal there. So I want to go out and make money. Now I know people react to beats. They react to up tempo songs or some slow songs. They pull their heart out. They like beautiful pieces. They have to be done correctly. It's a whole nother animal too. They have to. I can say there. Is this something I recorded? Oh, this is a day in the life of a fool. I think. I didn't know I had this in here. I recorded that years ago. I know. That's Careless Whisper. I didn't know I had that either. I didn't know I had Careless Whisper in there. And look, there's a whole bunch of songs that I off my playlist that I recorded on YouTube that I need to go back and do over again because I can do a much better job. That's a whole thing right there. I can stay in the house for a year doing that. But here comes my Christmas songs. It's Christmas, and that's I could spend. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna get on my Christmas songs right now. What month is this? This is coming into July, June, July, August, September. I can spend 3 months brushing up on Christmas songs so I can have them tight by the time Halloween come, I can start on my Christmas song. It would take a good 3 months to get them every to because it takes that long. Every year, the songs start to get tight around New Year's, and then it's over. But look, all the stuff you have to keep in mind. And meanwhile, too, you have to keep the upgrade of your things. Things wear out, especially if you're playing outdoors. You're gonna have to replace that. Like I was telling you, my Bose speakers are starting to act up on me now, and those are $600 a piece. And I promised myself I'm gonna start plugging in. I need to get another battery too. I mean, a bigger battery, so I can plug everything into it. That's $200. Need to get a nice one, but I can run through my old batteries from now. I can run them down into it, and I can take them. It's so funny. I trade those batteries in, and they only give you like about $7 for like three big ones, or four, $7, $8. And I went to trade them in, and I got a $50 ticket. It's a side roads, a little side road where you can't go over 20 miles an hour. I think it says 15 mile an hour. You go over 15 mile an hour, you got a $50 ticket. And the little side road, it's a camera right there. Ain't no traffic. It's right as you come off the highway. And you get on this little road. It's a little small stretch. It's a trap. And they got me a couple of times there, $50 for it. And then I went to trade in a battery for $7, and I had to pay $50 ticket. There's my you know what though? When I set everything up, I'm gonna go ahead and eat, get something. I'm gonna start letting the camera run for the whole duration, you know, for the whole duration. I want like, if I'm in the house doing something, I want to stay live for like the whole time. I'm practicing. It's like now I can look at my nephew. He was, I mean, I'm not comparing myself with other people, but he's got a lot of viewers. But he's out there working on his yard, and he set the camera up and just let it run while he's doing that. And I see other people, I'm just trying to figure out the longer you stay online, people can come and go. But let me see how far I can stretch this thing in here. Let me turn my speaker up, and I'm gonna drag you guys around here. I gotta go put the clothes in the dryer. I'm gonna start right now. See how long I can stay live this morning. See how long I can stay live. I gotta go put the clothes in the laundry. All this is about being in quarantine. You wonder what a musician does when he's in. You want to ask a musician a whole bunch of questions. One question they always ask me is what I do in the wintertime. What you do when you get cold? I ask them what they do when you get cold. Do the same thing you do when you get cold. Then again, I don't know what they do when you get cold. Ain't not my business. I don't care what they do when you get cold. I ain't mad at. Oh, yeah, this is the. But too, I want to get some costumes. Let me show you this. This is I want to start wearing this. Matter of fact, I could have wore this the other day because it was like the air was blowing on me. This rawhide, like this flannel rawhide, but the air was blowing on my back. I had to keep changing my clothes, my shirt, my undershirt, because I was thinking, man, I'm sitting in the wind. It was like I was up under the umbrella. It was like setting up under air conditioning. The air blowing on my back. 65 years old. I haven't been exercising. So man, I'm trying to set myself up. This is my pants, rawhide. I got boots. I got moccasin boots. And I know I'm gonna be able to wear this around Halloween. Around October, I mean when it starts getting cooler. And this hat was on the side of the road. I threw it in a wash machine. This is a serious hat. I can go around the world with this. gotta go all the way back because I can't see the monitor. Looking okay. My little hallway. This is the door that I have open when I be talking about I had the door open. Now I got a laundry bag. But you know the stuff kept getting stuck in the drain. You know, God kept telling me that mass, he was pulling mass out the drain. So I put everything in the laundry bag from now on. Got some little small ones I got from the Dollar Tree. And so I put filling these up with little things. But I did put this. I did throw this towel in there. I know nothing can go down the drain now. Now something popped in the drain. I know it wasn't. It's been in there for months. I got to get another. I got to get another air mattress, a smaller one. So to throw away that sofa. The landlady gave me the sofa after the fire. Hope you guys can hear me way over there. There we go. Here's my this is Studio One. Right in here. It's mostly for practicing serious piano. And it's a couch I'm gonna throw this away. Get a look around in there. You know, I like that ceiling fan. You know, I can put a ceiling fan right here. There's a spot for a ceiling fan right there. It make a world of a difference. I know that. Having a ceiling fan. Let's go look out the window. Let's try to keep the camera steady. It's my other plants. This is my desk with the plants. That's out the window. It's a government building across the street. That office is open. Somebody in there? Yeah, they open that window when they get to work. So that office is open. I'm waiting for the government to open back up. I did have a serious dream that the subway was full. I mean, it was a serious rush hour when I was. I forgot to take a picture yesterday. I take a picture every day. I've been working out there. It's pretty quiet now. Made a lot of noise this morning. They setting up under the tree. Is it lunchtime already? I showed you it's the printer Anonymous gave me. And it's one this aloe vera. I think when I first got this, it was the size of one of these little small ones. It was really small. Now I have this one. Where's the other one? What's the other? Oh, here it is. It's right in the sun. I'm gonna take this out of the sun. It gets burnt. Gotta find a spot for these two. Here's my this is the this is the Korg D1. I told you I got the looper pedal all hooked up for this one, and I also have the effects expression pedal on here, and I got the reverb and delay. Hold on, let me get these wires. Run these wires around this way. I got my reverb and my delay pedal. It's on actually. Turn them off. I got them running in the plug. Reverb, delay, and I use a looper. This thing is heavy. I need to find. I lost a screwdriver. I don't know where it is. It's a screwdriver. I need to unscrew the screw and go to the hardware store because I'm unable to. I don't know what I did with the screwdriver. It's a screwdriver that has a special screw on the end. I put it somewhere and I forgot where I did it. I was using it and I said, it might be inside my bag. Might be inside the bag. Oh, it's getting warm already. Let me see. Whew. And when I got up this morning, it was cold. I put on my hoodie. I wonder what I did with that screwdriver. Put it somewhere where I was going to be using it to go outside. I know that. I need to go to the hardware store and either pick up a screwdriver with that square screw thing on it, or pick up some other different kind of screws to go in there with knobs on them, so I won't have to have a screwdriver. I keep a bunch of masks in my bag. This is my bag I take outside. I haven't even used this yet. So yellow tape. I was supposed to order some. I was going to order some, but it didn't go through, and I'm glad they didn't because I would have ran out of money if I would have ordered it. But my back brace, the two wires for the Bose speakers. I need to bring them Bose speakers in here too. Make sure because they were acting up outside. I need to check my whole rig. These are extra. This is a hand sanitizer. Got a whole bunch of extra stuff in there. And this was for, I didn't even have time to use this. This was for to mount my iPhone. Actually, I can go live with the iPhone direct, and I can come directly out of the keyboard and go directly into the iPhone to get the direct sound. I mean, so it can have up the sound quality. And it's my two extra batteries. When this first came out, you had to buy the batteries separate. I can spend $20,000 on just a little bit of equipment just to survive. Nothing special out of the way. Just regular stuff that I could, go outside and play and record in here. Have just different things. I mean, I'm thankful for everything that I have, but you know what? First I need to do, use everything that I got to the fullest first. That I can use. I was just thinking that, man, I can use everything that I got enough stuff here to, if I use everything that I have right now, well, I guess really, I'm just discouraged because I'm not getting no viewers on YouTube. Not getting that many viewers. And I messed this up when it bent, the little plug. I had it on there, and this is really cheap. When I pulled it, it was like, matter of fact, it's coming apart. It's still working though. I can put it back together, put some super glue on here. Put this back together, put a drop of glue. I keep some super glue in the arsenal. Keep some, I can buy I should have bought last time I went to the Dollar Tree, I was on a shoestring budget, so I didn't buy, usually I get $5 or $10 worth of super glue, because actually one of these do cost $5 or $10 for one tube. At the Dollar Tree, I can get it dirt cheap. But I put a hole in this right now. Ooh. Put a little teeny bit on here right now. Just enough to keep it in. I can do a lot with this glue. I forgot which way it goes. Go in here. Yeah. There we go. You can hang this, put this back. Yeah, yeah, you got to go through when you go out and play on the street regularly. You got to go through your rig and check everything, make sure everything's working good. You know, like I was saying, the plugs, everything needs to be maintained. Here's the other one, just right here, just laying here. Ooh, it's trying to jump out. Should have let it dry first while. It's another one. These are cheap ones. Sometimes you get the real good ones and they messed up too. You know, you got to go with name brand quality. You know, Whirlwind is a jack cord that's been they used to get a money back guarantee. They had lifetime warranties. Just keep the receipt, but you got to make sure you deal with a company that you can mail stuff back to. What am I looking for? I forgot what I came in here for. I was going to do something. What was I talking about? I forgot what I was going to get. Plug. Can't come all the way back in there. Just remember what I was going to get. Ah, I know now. I was talking about cheap. I was talking about cheap plugs. And here's two right here. These look good, but they all made of metal. These got a short in them. I can check them out right now, actually. I put them in here because I think they were acting up. I know this one's messed up. This adapter for earphones. I put these in here for a reason because I think these were messed up. I need to check them out. I want to check them out. I know what I want to do. I want to get my rig. I wanted to get my rig in here. I said I want to check everything out. I need to bring them speakers in here and everything. Yeah, I'm going to run through my rig. Batteries. It's a homemade plug I made. This had a short in it. So my father's for a long time. I cut it down to where the short wasn't in it no more. I put a little extra plug on here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 in one. It's a 4-in-1 plug. Portable. Traveling light. That's emergency. I take this out here just in case. I keep this in my bag. But I wonder what I did with mine. Yeah, I got to go to the hardware store. What's that down there? I got to go to the hardware store. I know I put that. If I look hard enough, that screwdriver will pop up. I put it somewhere. I was using it. I don't know what I did with it. Well, I want to keep these a little close to me too. I usually put everything where it belongs. But you know what? Today I'm gonna go ahead and get situated, and later on, when I get situated, whatever I'm doing, if I'm practicing the piano or programming everything or something, I want to run through my gig book. I have a gig book with a bunch of Beethoven and Brahms, Bach, Chopin, all kind of stuff in there. I want to run through that because that'd be a good uh, way of playing music out on the street to catch people's attention because it takes it up to the level. Most of those songs in there, if you playing that, very few people are going to come up and ask you, did you teach yourself, or if you're self-taught, or most of the time they supposed to ask you, where did you study? Playing that serious heavy music, they're supposed to ask you, where did you study? And not necessarily, if they're asking you if you taught yourself, they're saying that you're a genius, which is kind of, I don't like to use the word genius, because that's, believe it or not, that's when you had to ask a jinn to give you, or you got your information from somewhere other than God. You got your talent from something other than God. You got it from a genie or a jinn, a demon. And now the Muslims, they call demons jinns. And they try to make it look like on TV or in Hollywood that genies were good. They were prisoners. Most of the time, if you find them, they stuck in some place. You know, you open up a bottle and they come floating out. Someone put them in there for a punishment. You know, you let them out and they give you wishes. And all most of the time, a lot of times in them stories that every wish that they if they give you three wishes, the third wish you always wish that everything was back the way it was, because the first two wishes end up being a trap with a looper. And that's not just with believe it or not, I saw a thing on in the book Isaiah Elijah when it is, you got to check out the book of Elijah. There was things in there. He did get some wishes. A couple of people were in bad situations and they wanted that, and he allowed for them to get what they asked for. One of them too, they a married couple. They had two things to wish for, and the first one was a good one. They wished for a bunch of riches, but the second one was a loophole when they wished that they would be able to add. That they ended up in a loop, in a loop, just counting whatever they had or something, or adding up everything that they had or something like that. But it was a vicious loop, and they had to keep doing it for the rest of their life. They were stuck in the loop. They weren't able to enjoy everything they had, all of their riches. It was a cycle. It was a trap. It was a loophole. And they greed. The thing about it, they greed is what set them up. Being greedy, they got stuck in a time loop where they had to keep counting their gold. And one guy, uh, wished for something, and every time he kept getting more and more money. Every time, oh no, what it was, the every time he would count the money, he got something from Elijah, and he started off with a little bit of money. Every time he would count it, it would be more money. And he spent all night. I think he spent the whole night counting, all night long counting. Every time he counted, it was more and more money. But he had the sense enough to, or not being super greedy, he said, "It is enough. Stop." You know, he wanted it to stop multiplying. Every time he counted it, it kept multiplying. But he wished that it stopped. Stop. He wished it stopped. Stop multiplying. His money stopped multiplying. He said he had enough money. He stayed up all night counting it. But I say that to say that genie, a jinn is a demon. A genie is not from heaven. They're not angels, that's for sure. Put it that much. You can add it up for yourself. But when the term having a genie, getting their information from a genie, where'd you get your knowledge? It became shorter to he doesn't have a genie, but he is a genius. A genius, someone that's getting their information from something other than God. A genie may be a compliment for someone to call you a genius, but I don't think it's a compliment as far as it's not saying that. Then also some people say you're gifted, but they don't look at the part of your practice and all the hours you put in. I can take a compliment as well as the next person. But what I'm going to say, I'm going to go ahead and set everything up. The next time I come back on live, I'll be practicing and playing my instrument or whatever I'm going to be doing for the. I'm going to try to set everything up so, like, if I'm practicing, I have the camera set up and y'all can watch me practice for the whole time. And I won't be making too many comments. If it's going to be in the other room, I don't know if I'm going to have the microphone set up or not. So you might just see me practicing with no comment. Because it's kind of a hassle to set up the microphone also. I need another mixer. I can do that, but I need a it wouldn't be easier. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But I need to run through everything, get everything ready for outdoors. I think I'm going to have several different rigs for playing outside, and but I don't want to take this Korg out there as it is because that's a lot of work. After you get it out there, I mean, this instrument requires that you play it. It doesn't play itself. I mean, like, not to say that my Yamaha has weighted action and it sounds good. It's so beautiful and I'm happy with it and I'm comfortable out there. That instrument I can relax. It's weighted keys and I'm happy out there with it. I don't consider that instrument like this one. This one is I consider this one a working instrument. I have to work when I'm out there with this one. The other one I can enjoy myself. I can enjoy myself. If I took this out there, I would definitely want to play piano songs. Just I would take this out there because if this is heavy. If it was a situation where I had something like this out there, I would play it just piano because of the weighted action. I would enjoy the sound of the piano and the acoustic piano, nearest thing that I get to a piano. This will not. This plays itself. I mean, not to say that I push a button and I'm using automatic accompaniment and it's playing by itself. It's the joy of it, the joy and comfort of it. I'll be having fun. It wouldn't be work, it would be joy. This one would be work. It would be work. I would have to do what I have to do. I have to make sure the echo and the delay to bring out the best of the sound. And then if I'm using that looper, oh man. So that comes to the thing if I get a drum. But I think if I had the drum machine out there, I can put the beat on in, and some people hear the beat, they ain't even listen to the music. They just hear the drum beat. You can play like you can play one note, and they happy. You can play one note samba. Matter of fact, a guy asked me to play that one note samba. I still don't know it. I know I got everything down. Ah, let's start the day. I'm gonna go ahead and start the day, and whatever project that I'm on, whatever I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna come back live and let it run. Let the let the whole thing run for the whole time, so you guys can see what I'm gonna do. Whatever I'm gonna do, you're gonna get to see it. So I'm gonna. It's gonna be a reality show at least from here until Halloween. Halloween, I'm definitely around Halloween. I'm definitely want to get out there. For some reason, people give money away. They are all in a giving mood after Halloween. I'm going to have to go out and play every day. Start getting ready for them to light the Christmas tree. When they light the Christmas tree, I'm going to be right there. Oh, thank God I got the spot around the corner from the Christmas tree. I got my spot was right there. Uh, it was open. I went back to my spot. They had everything blocked off, should I say, where they had to come past where I was at. Next year they may have that all opened up right there. I might be getting less traffic, but last year I caught a lot of traffic. People had to walk past where I was at. I don't know what's going to happen this year, but I'm going to be ready though. So you know what? I need to start learning. If I learn a Christmas song a day, get the hard ones out the way. I'm saying they got chestnuts roasting over open fires. It's one of the easy ones. And Jingle Bell Rock, I was doing that last year. And Santa Claus, you better not watch, better not cry. That's a rock and roll. Santa Claus is coming down. Santa Claus is coming. It's a rock and roll version of that. But the hard ones are Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, a Nutcracker Suite, the curling of the bells, You know, ding 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 da 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 dun, da dee 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 ding dong ding. I can loop that. And then start getting with that loop. But I hit the drum pedal. I think if I get that drum pedal, I can go out and just let that beat play and hit that Charlie Brown, Don't Stop Believing. You know, I can hit a couple of even try to hit that a couple of things. For some reason, with that drum on there, people throw money in there easier, easier once you get it down to a science. So I'm gonna go. I gotta wait till the eagle fly before I do anything. But gotta make But in a perfect world, I would get that $50, 50-pound piano, and then take the little Bose speakers out. Not the Bose speakers, the little iLoud, because that thing is loud. But I want to see what it sounds like outside. They're 30-watt speakers, and but that's 50 pounds of lugging. That other keyboard is 30 pounds, but I put those Bose on there. That weight is down more. But like in the perfect world, I would get that. That's 2,000. That's over. That costs as much as the other one. It's almost $2,300, $2,400 with tax. But my goal is to pay off that PayPal. So I'm throwing money away. I'm paying interest on something that's been paid for already. Uh, yeah, when I come back live, I'm going to stay live for a while so you see what I'm doing. Whatever I'm going to do, you're going to be able to see it live right here. It's going to be a reality show for real. The inside's happenings, all of the backstage, behind the scenes stuff of how a musician would want to survive, even a semi-retired musician. I got to recoup. I didn't recoup. I didn't recoup when I first moved in here. I got a computer, and that computer I'm paying on that. It's been paid for twice, I think. Now they want me to keep paying $60 if I don't $60 a month. I got to pay at least 2,000. I got to recoup $2,000. I got to pay two. I got to now. I still got to pay for it again. It's still $2,000. I got to pay $2,000 for a computer. I'm pretty much sure I paid for already twice. That's what you get when you buy things on time. Peace and love, peace and hair grease. I ain't mad at them. Peace and roast beef. They just loan sharks, professional loan, legal loan sharks. Peace and love. That's what my father used to call them, legal loan sharks. Peace and love, peace and hair grease, peace and roast beef, peace and roast grief. Live long and prosper. I need to go to the store and get some juice, get some smoothie juice. It's my blackberry tart juice, and I got a tonic in here with it. Not alcohol. Haven't drank alcohol in over 9 years. But it's tart though. I tell you that. I'm going to get my. I'm going to run the store and get me some smoothie drinks. I think I'll eat my last muffin. It's my last banana, so I get some bananas and some muffins and some bananas, muffins, and some smoothie. My goal is not to spend any money out of the bank. All the money that I spend will have to be in cash that I make on the street. I will have to only spend money that I made. If I want to spend, I can survive off of my eagle flying money that I'm getting. TMI information, but everything else I have to go out and play on the street to make. Every time I want something, I got to use the money that I made by busking. Gonna do that until New Year's. After New Year's, I'm in for the winter. It depends on, we might have Indian summer. If we have Indian summer, I can keep playing. You know, right? If the subway is working like it was working, I'm gonna go back in the subway and see how that flow is. I had that dream that it was full, but I made sure I got to travel as light as I can. I know that. Not to do, I can't take my old ways back in the subway because I couldn't fit through the gate. with all the old luggage, the old ways. I have to go back through the new way. I have to go in the subway in a new entirely. I can't take my old homeless ways, that old survival ways, that whole street mentality. I can't take that back out there. It's not like it was. Things are different now. Well, I'll be back, and I'll be back live. I want to go live. Next time I go live, I'm pretty much I'm going to stay live for 4 hours. So be prepared next time you see the live thing. Next time I'm live, it's going to be live for a minute. So at least go in the chat room, ask a friend to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring the bell, leave a comment, and share the video. I'm out of here.